Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. My name is Larry. Today we're going to talk about expenses that go up in retirement. I don't like expenses that go up in retirement, but some do. Some of them surprised me, some of them didn't. But leave in the comments below what surprised you about some of the expenses that actually went up. One of the things that we all knew was going to go up a little bit was healthcare costs. Now, it varies for everybody. I really haven't noticed ours going up that much as far as overall, but it all depends on the plans you have and the way you've got things set up. For example, we have a good friend of ours that she had some eye surgery done, and is an extremely rare thing, and her insurance did not pay for it. Now she's retired, and I think she has a Medicare Advantage plan of some sort, and but it cost her like $10,000 out of pocket, and that was a major hurt for her. Luckily, she could afford it, but still, that's a big hurt. Um, our dental plan with our American Advantage plan takes care of most of our dental expenses. Doesn't cover some, as we just recently found out. My wife's got a gum infection. She's going to have a little bit of work done, and that's going to set us back a little bit of money. Me, I don't have to worry about it so much anymore, but there are some expenses with healthcare. Also, hearing aids. My wife wears hearing aids. I do not. I kind of liked it better when she didn't have hearing aids because I used to be able to mumble under my breath a little bit. I can't do that anymore because now she can hear me. So I have to be real careful what I say around her. But the cost of hearing aids have actually gone up. She has to replace them about every 3 years, but they're not too bad. But that was a cost that I really didn't anticipate. Another big expense that goes up in retirement is housing and home maintenance, repairs. You get anything done in your house, and it's expensive. I used to be able to do a lot of the repairs myself. I can still do some, but there are some I just have to pay for. Had a hot water replaced about 2 years ago. I could have done it, but I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to fool with it, and really couldn't. I wanted to make sure it was done right, so I got a licensed plumber in there. One thing that does go up, which really surprises me, this is a cost that I'm sure some of you have, is HOA fees. Now, I'm not just talking about condos. I'm talking about whole subdivisions. I know several people who live in subdivisions that look like any other subdivision, but they have HOA fees, and those HOA fees are going up every year. I'm not sure the value there, but I guess they are, and you have to be real careful when you sell a property these days with the HOA fee. I have a young friend of mine. He's in his mid 20s. His HOA fee in his condo is like $400 a month, and I about fell out of my chair when he told me that. And they can go up. They don't need a reason. They can go up. Plus, you have to think about major expenses, like our furnace. Our furnace is 16 or 17 years old. If I live long enough, we're going to have to replace that. I've already got a few prices on it, and so I know about what it's going to be. But what if our roof? Now, I'm 71. 12 years ago, I replaced our roof, okay? I replaced it. I had some help, and that was a story I told in another video. But I had some help, and I won't even climb up there anymore. I won't even climb up to look at it anymore, just because of my balance situation. But if I live another 7, 8, 10 years, which I may not, but I may, I'm going to have to figure that cost in. It's going to be pricey. So we all have to think about these things. One smart thing I did do, though, when we rehabbed our house about 3 years ago, I mean, I replaced everything. I replaced light fixtures and doorknobs and strike plates and door hinges. We replaced every outlet and switch and shut off valve on the plumbing. We just replaced everything that would need any maintenance because I wanted, once I stopped and couldn't do these things, I wanted to be as maintenance free as possible. It's something you might want to think about. Another thing that goes up every year, and we can't avoid this one, is utilities. Gas and electric is very expensive. We are very intentional about this one. We're very careful about leaving lights on. In the summertime, we keep it. I think today it's in the 80s here in southwestern Ohio, and I think we have it set on 78. So it might kick on once or twice today, but that's about it. At night, we turn it down a notch, and we do just the opposite in the wintertime. If we get cool, we put on a sweater. Not a big deal. But we get this letter from Duke every few months that tells you how well you're doing compared to other houses your size. and we're always like off the charts as far as minimal costs. But those costs are going up, and I know a lot of people pay some ridiculous utility bills. I just don't know how they do it, or I don't even know how they're paying it. But utilities can go up. Real estate taxes, they go up every year. Ours just went up 10%. And I've already got a letter saying next year they might go up another 10%. Now, I watched a video the other day, and basically the guy was whining about how you never own property as long as you owe real estate taxes. Well, I don't know about you all, but I don't mind paying real estate taxes as long as they're reasonable. They are going to go up. Here in Ohio, 60%, almost 2/3 of the money goes to schools. They fund the schools. So I think that's a good thing as long as they're good with the dollars. They also go to take care of the roads. They also go to first responders. I don't know about you, but if I have a fire in my house, I want to be able to pick up the phone and call 911 and have the police or fire department come, or if I need a policeman, have the police come. I'm willing to pay for those services. We all do. Like I said, ours went up 10%. Hopefully, we can keep that to a minimum. Grocery prices, that's kind of a no-brainer. They say there's no inflation, or what's the inflation rate? They say 2.6, 2.7%. That's a joke. Of course, they don't include energy or food, which are our two highest expenses generally. But we're good with groceries. I mean, we really are. We shop for bargains. When we find a bargain, we vacuum seal lots of meats and lots of other foods that we can vacuum seal, stick it in the freezer. The other night, she came upstairs. She was in her art studio downstairs, is what she calls it. I call it her lair. But she's working on an art show, and she came upstairs with a couple of ribeye steaks she got on the Oops counter about 7 or 8 months ago. And she said, we really they were vacuum sealed and they were still good. And she cooked them out on the grill, and they were wonderful. Now they're big enough; we actually each got 2 meals out of it, so it all works out. But you got to be very intentional about that. Plus, we hardly ever eat out. We ate out the other night at Bob Evans. We got gift cards. We watched my son's dog. He insisted on giving us some gift cards, and I told him he didn't have to do that. But he said they felt very comfortable letting his dog stay with us. He knew he was going to be well taken care of, and that we were going to be responsible with him, and he wasn't in some kennel somewhere. He's still a puppy, but it all worked out. But we don't eat out. We just don't eat out. It's just an expense that we'll eat out with friends. She does lunch sometimes or breakfast with somebody, as do I, and that's how we spend our money eating out. Plus, if I eat at home, I can eat everything I eat on my diet for about $50 a week, and I think that's $200 a month. I think that's pretty reasonable. I can do that. And eat well. Another big thing that goes up a little bit in retirement is insurance costs. Our home insurance just went up. I'd say about 20% over the last couple of years, which I don't consider too bad. Number one, the house is worth more, so it would burn to the ground. The replacement cost on it is going to cost them more, and I understand that. And if you have a claim for a roof or something else, that's going to be more expensive. So I kind of get that, but we shopped around a little bit, and we like the company we're with. We've been with them a long time. Plus, there's a personal contact there, and we've always gotten really good service from them. So I really can't complain about that. But the insurance costs are going to continue to go up. But anyway, let me know in the comments what costs went up in your life, and once you retired or approaching retirement, that you really weren't anticipating, but that you've run into. If you got anything out of this, like, share, subscribe. Until we meet again, I'm going to continue to press on towards that goal.